Where were we? Anyway, we were sort of continuing on this theme of big self and small self and this model. It's just a model. We like building models. Models are the way we have to build models. Our minds are model building entities, and we might build more and more effective and efficient models. In other words, a model that more truly accurately reflects reality, whatever that is. If our models of reality are uh, incomplete or ignorant or inaccurate, we would not have a clear picture of reality. So it's fun and interesting and creative, challenging, certainly, to play with and create more and more accurate models of reality. The one that I've been playing with and invite you to is this sense of small self and large self. One sort of self is almost we might call a microscope, the microscope's ability to narrow in and particulate and look at things in very fine detail. That's our smaller sense of self. Our larger sense of self is our telescope. It's our ability to withdraw and pull back and aim our direction toward the largest possible way of seeing things. And isn't it wonderful that we have both of these aspects? And as I've been reading of late, this nearly perfectly correlates with the newest and most modern neuroanatomy about what the left and right brain do. Our left and right brains, they're barely connected, only by the thinnest little cable, and they really they really do provide two different views of reality, both of which are necessary, either of which can dominate. And I'm personally of the opinion, and I ask you what you think, but I think the world has become so extraordinarily left-brained, especially in the last 300 or 400 years of the Enlightenment, with its attention to particulating and breaking things down in order to figure everything out, that it also leads to a particular diminution or decrease in our sense of self. We feel very small and like perhaps we don't even belong in this universe, or we're sort of a random side effect of it. When, from the right brain point of view, there's a holistic gestalt going on of which we're all a part and we all play an integral part in that. But one of the things I have found most interesting of late in the split brain research is oftentimes in pop psychology, it's our left brain, our analytical brain, so to speak, that seems to get the credit for being the unemotional CPA bookkeeper that gives the gives the clear and concise, unemotional view of things, and it's our right brain that's the wildly hysterical, emotional part of us. But nothing could be further from the truth. In studies of those with right brain lesions, it's been found out that the left brain, the one that's supposed to be the analytical bookkeeper, is actually the one that's vastly, in fact, possibly solely responsible for two important emotions: anger and disgust. It's our left brain, it's our small sense of self that is responsible for anger and disgust. And, the kind of anger you feel when somebody cuts you off on the freeway, or when you look at the news and there are those people who think differently than you do, than I do. Anger and disgust is a side effect of this small sense of self that feels small, looks out into the world, sees what it wants, can't quite grasp it, and then has to struggle and resist, push and prod, promote, and otherwise be miserable to try to get the things that we want. So, as meditators, congratulations. I do believe wholeheartedly that meditation is the art and science, the positive activity of balancing these two capacities of our brain to look at things in small, granular detail, and simultaneously to pull back and see the entire picture of things. And as we get better and better at employing our right brain, our larger view of things, the things that we see, that we love, we simply attend to them, we participate, we engage, we play with them, and then we find that we are able to embody these things in our experience without so much anger and disgust, struggle and resistance. Then life becomes the joy it was meant to be. So I hope you're enjoying this topic of these two different senses of self: the small one, which is great for figuring things out, analyzing, building bridges. But when it takes over the whole game and feels small and isolated, it's prone to anger and disgust. And then, well, then we get the world we're looking at right now. And each and every one of us can participate in healing that by accessing this larger sense of self. See you tomorrow. We can talk about it.